Throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other...
It's caught inside the 25. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 58 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Williams. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for the Browns. 53 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of it.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
He's going to go up top for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, but the offense certainly has struggled before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want... That's not going to solve all their problems either.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get up to the quarterback a little bit.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. That's caught at the 25. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 58 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half. We remind you that coming up, Coachman, he's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's T.J. Carey who picked it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you cut down your field in a big way, significantly. And the guys who play in the second and the third level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield steps away to his left. Going deep here for Landry. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now Mahomes. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. Steps away. He may try and run for this. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Browns drive about to get started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Here's Jamie Gillandale standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Travis Carey there to make the tackle. Again, it's Williams. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. On 1st down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
They'll run on 1st down. Williams. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back. The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down.
And this will be caught at the 30. A big play that time for Cleveland. 51 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
180. Check, walk 54, walk 54. Hey, keep it up.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Mayfield to throw it. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Oh, he's going to let this go. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Landry, the intended target. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Demar. They're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Chris Jones getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got they're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield, and when man or zone, eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, 133.
Throwing, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
We're back now in KC. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Mahomes now to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Okay. But this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's got this down to the 35. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. Mahomes now on first down. It's complete to Robinson. 25 yards that time. Now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And he's able to take it across mid. Out of bounds. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. On first down, it's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go, little lady! Let's go. Full strip.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Joe Schobert gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Dancing to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Check, lucky.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
It's caught at the 10. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one, 49 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10, escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And in the end, it was all capped off by the Damian Williams touchdown run. And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Yellow. All right, check 53. Stay with your man.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the... Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings.
Exactly.
There.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, it's opponent.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's put them on the buses.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Mayfield now from the 50. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. They go play action. Mayfield. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.